Oh, God, tech is weird. Oh, sky's not right.
The thing that
There
I've
we
been
go.
doing
Aha, we're good.
every episode is I've been adding to Jackie's like official title.
Mm-hmm.
So every deed that I accomplish, I'm tacking that on to go with my champion ability. So I like since I'm supposed to be like a folk hero, I'm just adding
Well,
cool
hello,
titles.
hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Mortal
Hi.
Webs. It's been a weird day.
It's
sorry,
been 2 weeks since you looked at me.
3 weeks since Steak was sober. 5 nights since John was here. Sky's gonna go on a killing rampage.
Okay, I can do
Oh,
that.
Jesus
We
Christ.
can deal with this.
He
That's good enough.
decided.
That's good enough.
Logs out.
Let's do a little introductions, everybody. Thank you for coming to Mortal Webs tonight. This is episode 10. We solemnly swear. Your guide, Brandon. And I'm going to do some introductions real quick, starting with a lovely lady to this side. There you go.
Hi. I'm the lovely lady to this side. I'm Sky, and
I was supposed to be John, but that's fine.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
man, gosh, I need to work on my beard skills. Hi, everybody. I'm John. I play Gardane, and we leveled up.
John, go ahead.
Hey everybody, it's John. I'm playing Gardane Barrelheart, and I hope you guys are ready for tonight.
Yay? Steak, go.
Hey everybody, I'm Steak, and I'm playing Jackie Heartstrong, aka the Gauze Man.
The Gauze Man.
I also leveled up. I increased my flow. My monthly flow has gotten heavier as I've gotten more powerful, and I've been
had a
practicing.
vagina.
I have no idea what that means.
You're
Jesus
menstruating,
Christ.
Jackie. You have the flow.
I have the power of the flow.
It's your menstrual rage.
It's my menstrual rage. My face starts getting really hot, and I can't regulate my sweating very well. and I
Okay,
just go
well,
into
last
this
time
intense
on Mortal
flow
Webs.
state.
Last time on Mortal Webs, the party successfully, made their way back to the northern Isomar abandoned village where the children were, who they quickly learned were the children or the remaining members of the order or the followers of Ladova. It was revealed to them that there was a leader amongst the group, and that was Marley. She was the eldest, and she was going to be the tribe elder because she was in training for that. However, she became the tribe elder early because all the parents were killed in the sacrificial ritual to kill the parents and entrap the kids in time forever to also seal the remaining essence of Ladova inside the kids. It was soon revealed to the party that Ladova was not just sealed inside of one object or item, but instead into 3 different keys. 1, the crown, 2, the pendant, and 3, split amongst these group of kids. This is very... Come here. Come here. Okay. He didn't like that. This was very upsetting to the party because they now learned that this is kind of different than what they planned on. They originally thought the kids were, leading them into astray, some sort of lie, some sort of falsehood. However, rather, they learned that this was a very sad and upsetting story of the party, or of the kids, as a beast was trapped inside of them. Further on, the party decided to take care of these kids and convince them that they should go to Isomar to live anew, and they convinced Marley to be the queen, the leader that she was supposed to be for these kids, and sometimes there are sacrifices that are needed. Jackie swore his life to her in finding a cure for these kids, and the kids, clueless on this curse that had been bestowed upon them, agreed to go to Isomar, very upset their parents are dead. And that's where we're starting this week's episode, everybody.
What can I do to heal these kids?
Jesus. So, you guys currently awaken in the abandoned old Isomar village. Everybody's gotten a nice rest. You are now newly leveled up. Marley awakens her followers, the rest of the kids, and she awaits your command.
I'm going to finish doing my Tai Chi and stretch out. So I reckon it's time to make our way back to Isomar. Do you have all your belongings?
Yeah, I believe we have everything. We didn't really have much. Remember, we really have what is technically like 2 weeks of supplies, so there wasn't much for us to really bring. Not a lot of food, rations, or supplies, so...
Well, know that there are better days in the future. If you've never had a pizza, your life is about to drastically change.
I'm not 100% sure pizza existed back in our time, so we could definitely try it, but I'm sure the kids will be excited to try some new food and actually get some good bite to eat.
It's going to be a good time.
Great.
Anybody else got anything? Harlow?
How dangerous do you think this journey is gonna be, toting around all these kids, considering how shredded we were just to get here?
I thought when we sort of like released the curse or whatever, a lot of the bad guys just sort of went away.
Yeah, once you guys got the crown and like released like the curse or so that was on the mountain, a lot of the creatures kind of like went away.
All
The
right.
storm started to die down, and you were able to make your way down pretty easily and swiftly. Kalen pretty much assumed that the reason these beasts were here in the first place was to stop people from traversing the mountain to even get there to see the crown. Whereas you guys have now got the crown, and now mysteriously these beasts and monsters that were protecting and/or guarding the mountain are now gone.
Speaking of crown, Gardane, open your bag. Doesn't need to be on my head any longer.
Yeah, no,
Don't need
no.
questions. Yeah. All right. Well, I think just on our way there, you might want to start thinking about what you're good at and what interests you. There's, Isotomar's so big. There's gonna be a church, a pizza place. We might be able to push you into the medical corps. Like, we'll see what happens.
Well, I think we should honestly begin by, I don't know, finding a rightful place for these kids to grow up as kids and me to have the disguise of, technically I am, I guess in some way, a kid still. And I don't know, I'm not sure the exact way we should go about this, but you did say that you all had a plan and a place for us, and I trust in all of you.
All right, let's go.
All right, you guys heading out?
Yep.
Okay, it's a very easy
I would
travel.
like to sing. I would like to sing marching songs to help keep the kids motivated and at a good pace.
Marching songs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like cadence.
Give me an example.
They'll all get me canceled on YouTube.
Never
They
mind.
will. The
Yeah, they
military
will.
ones are, yeah.
Completely.
The ones that I
No.
know are all illegal. I can't say any of them.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh.
Same.
I like how you guys
Yeah.
all know what you're all ex-military. Okay, this checks
Yeah.
out. Okay, yeah.
Whoop, whoop. Shout out to all the veterans out there.
Right.
To all the drill sergeants that said that you couldn't go on the internet and role play imaginary games with your friends. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
Joke's on you.
Okay. You guys start making your way to Isotomar. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours travel south. You're able to make your way there pretty easily. Kalen specifically is curious. You see that he is spending a lot of time talking to Marlia amongst this journey. Very much just asking questions like, how do you feel? Have you felt any difference since the curse was released? Have you had any visions? Have you heard anything? Have you thought of anything unusual? And you see they kind of converse back and forth for almost the entirety of the journey, just talking about things they could possibly do together, things they could study, things they can discover. You see he's very curious about this, but is also very scared in a way, as he doesn't know what any of this really means. But you do make your way to the northern gates of Isotomar with relative ease. How would you guys like to proceed? However, I'm not going to say you make your way exactly to the gates, probably like on a small mountainside or like cliffside overseeing the city. How you would like to proceed into the city is going to be more or less up to all of you. Is it going to be good to just walk right in, or perhaps not, seeing as you have a band of kids with you out of nowhere now?
I think we could just walk right in.
I don't know.
We're heroes of the land. We found orphaned kids. We brought them back to city. This is a heroic deed.
Hmm. Yeah, but we also had
Go ahead and get my water.
kind of a negative dealing recently with the guard. I know that
Oh,
seems that things are kind of getting ironed out with that, but
I have an
there may
idea.
still be guard members that are not so favorable towards us.
Okay. All right. These children, we were out in nature studying medicinal herbs and plants. So, all right, kids, I hope you really enjoyed your field trip. Welcome back to Isotomar, right this way with your guardian, Dr. Harlow.
Oh, so we're just walking right in?
Do you
I'm
have
sort of a
problem
hero.
with- Yeah. He lives here.
Okay. Kids, follow Mr. Jackie. Follow Mr. Heartstrong. And you guys just walk in the front gates. As you walk in, you see that there indeed are guards that are standing out front. And then you go, wait. Jackie.
It is I.
What's, where all these kids come from? Y'all left here a while ago without a bunch of kids.
Do you believe in miracles?
I mean...
For I shall tell you a story of a miracle that happened out upon the snow. Where the ice...
you have to
and the
explain
mist
where you
blend the wasteland.
brought a bunch of kids. So, yeah, a little bit.
And for as far as the eyes can see, it's just snow. We faced beasts. We faced monsters. And in this, we found the wreckage of what used to be a family. Parents. Children. Ripped apart from each other. But I, Jackie Heartstrong, could not see these imperialized kids left alone, the side of the road, out in the middle of the wasteland. So what did I do? I jumped to action! I found the beast, and me and my grand companions took the beast down, and we've saved the children. But now, fatherless, motherless. They have come to suckle at the teat of Isomar, and to grow with the bustling city, and emerge as part of the new future of this city. So yes, miracles do happen out on the ice, sir.
You see, to add on to this, Marley approaches, and she looks all puppy-eyed towards the guard. She goes, "Sir, please, we're very hungry. We lost our parents, and these brave people found us. Please let us in." Jackie, I'm going to allow you to roll a d20 twice because of Marley. Let me know when you hit roll so I can make sure your roll is working.
Roll 1.
Yep, it's working. Okay, first one was a 19.
Sheesh, roll number 2.
Second one was a 17. So yeah, you're good. Yeah, easily.
And I will say, as champion, it gives me like massive advantages with guards and upper class people, pretty much.
Yeah. That's, and again, another reason why this is pretty well an easy pass for you. And he looks and goes, all right. Well, it makes sense, Jackie. I guess there's been weirder things that have happened. Just, I guess our concern is like, where are you gonna take these kids? This is not exactly a high economic city as of right now, and there's not really like an orphanage or anything here. So like, what's your plan? We're not gonna stop you from going in. Just like, what's your plan here?
Every fire, no matter how big, requires kindling, care. From the embers, like a great phoenix, Isomar will raise again as a prominent city of all nations, and we're just bringing more people to add into that machine. There are places for the children, be the church, be it with Dr. Harlow, be it even at the pizzeria.
Well, all right, just shit. Okay, yeah. If you got plans for these kids, then go ahead. And I'll let you guys in. So where do y'all take the children? They walk into the city and they all look around, almost in amazement. They haven't seen a city like this and they can't remember the last time. Isomar looks completely different now than it did from what they've seen far, far in the past. And all the kids go, "It changed! Magic! It changed! It wasn't like this!"
Okay, sweethearts, listen, I need to make this very clear to you. These outbursts need to stay as inbursts between each other where others can't hear.
Okay,
we're really, we're just, people don't take to what has happened to you well. You just need to do your best and just keep those thoughts in the privacy of just your group, okay?
So like a
Great.
secret? Okay.
It's a secret.
Okay.
Just between your nets. Yep.
They all pretty well listen. All these kids are pretty well compliant with you guys. Like, you have treated them very respectfully. You've saved them from the cold. They're very much looking up to you as like the only adult figures they've had in some time now. Ready to follow. And Marley kind of gives them all like kind of like the nod, like agrees with you, and they all kind of follow her lead. And Marley does kind of approach all of you and says, "So like, what is the game plan exactly?"
Well, I was going to suggest that the youngest of your group go and be taken care of at the Church of Crisel.
I mean, the youngest of us is 9, 10. The rest are 11, 12. We're all fairly young. I am the eldest at 13.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about this when we're inside the church. That way, all of you kids also have a say in where you might potentially like to go, because the world is big. You might want to try out a few things. You could help with the church. There's under network things to do. Maybe you guys could start a delivery service and do messaging throughout the city. That would be
Ignacio speaks
super
up. He goes,
fun.
"Yeah, I see. I used to run a whole operation here, and I could totally teach you guys how to do all that."
Yeah. You know, it would really be great for Isomar if they had more medical people here, so you could be taken in as apprentices. Doctors like when you don't have any family to tell them they can't work you too hard.
Marley does speak up. She's like, "Well, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I would like us all to at least stick together."
Yes, but you won't be able to stick together forever, dear.
That is fair, but just for the time being, I'd like to make sure we're all safe and this is a good place for us.
Yeah.
I know eventually we'll have to go our separate ways and follow our own paths, but for now, until we figure things out, we still don't know what this curse or so is that's afflicting us, and I know we'd like to learn more.
I think the church is probably the best place. It's the biggest building. It has the most space. It has the most. They'll have use for you there. It'll give you guys some purpose. Gardain knows more about that stuff than I do. I mean, I go there. When I used to get really hungover, I would go by the church, and they would always
just like,
let me sleep on a pew.
Right. Very well. Lead the way.
All right. I'll take point then.
All right.
And Guardian starts leading the procession through town.
As you start leading the kids through town, you are definitely getting some looks. Like, people are very confused, just like, when you hear, like, the chatters and the whispers of, like, I've never seen those kids before. Who are they? Why are they dressed? They're dressed very differently. They look like they're in rags and scrap. What is going on? Like, very much confusion, but nobody really bothers you, especially because of Jackie and, like, everything that you guys have done with the guards. They're kind of like, let's just let them do their thing, and Ignazio's with you, too, and they're just kind of like, yeah, let's steer clear. You do make your way to the Temple of Crisel. Crisel. I'm assuming you knock on the door?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. As you knock on the door, Jean Ray answers and goes, "Oh, hello, my friend. Oh, my God."
There's a lot to explain. Probably best inside.
Don't you actually mean, oh my Crisel?
Oh,
My
you
goddess.
got me on a meta technicality there, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, come on inside, friends and children. You see all the kids kind of like rush past him immediately, just like run past, and they look at all the pews and the decoration, the lights and the tinted windows, and they're like,
I turn to.
"Oh my God, it's beautiful! Oh my God,
Before
look at that!"
Jackie and Harley walk in, I'm like, okay, real quick, what are we divulging to these folks? I trust them, but I'm not sure I want to divulge this information in full detail to them in case it puts them at risk.
Ignacio also butts in like the little conversation. He's like, "I say, if they say anything, I threaten them." You know, just like, because I
Please
can, like, shut. Oh, I'm just saying, like, we do protect the kids, right?
Ignazio.
Oh,
Ignazio. Who are you gonna threaten?
The church people.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah. Good talk, Harlow. I'm gonna go, hey, Kellen, how you doing, man? Kellen's with the kids. He's definitely sticking with Marley as they're kind of like just walking. He's kind of like, oh, he's also interested because he hasn't seen this before. So he's also like, in a more mature fashion, kind of like appreciating the architecture here.
Listen, we gotta spin this as Crisel as you can. They don't need
Yeah.
details because, you know, enough people know. No one else needs to know.
I have a question
We were
for
pretty
Gardain.
close to the coast, weren't we?
Yeah, the northern coast, yeah. Because Marley was able to throw the pendant off of the side of the ocean.
So then perhaps sea voyage gone wrong? or I don't know.
A raid, maybe.
A raid? Yeah,
By
that's
by,
potential.
they've heard there's all sorts of stuff. It could be a raid by whatever, and it took the parents, but the kids are small enough to hide.
We could just say that they were orphaned by some magical, phenomenon.
Okay.
We don't have to necessarily
The magic of
lie.
the mountain.
It's not really unbelievable.
Okay.
The magic of the mountain.
I
was
think we
very
should
prominent.
tell them pretty much the truth. We just got to leave out how old these kids are, and everything we know about the fox.
At this point, John Ray and Melina definitely come over after kind of like saying hi to all the kids and like getting them like nice warm blankets and like just like something to make them more comfortable, like some food and snacks they probably had prepared, just like something they can tell they're definitely been roughing it for a while. And John Ray and Melina approach and they're just like, so what is the deal here? I see that you've brought us children, which is no problem at all. Crisel takes all, and if these are kids in need, we will gladly abide. Just quite curious on where they came from. Is there anything we should know? Like, are there parents out there? Like, I mean, I'm assuming you brought them here for a reason. And just I'd like to know what happened.
They were orphaned.
Yes, unfortunately.
Some cruel magical forces up in the mountains separated them from their parents.
You made your way
we
back
went
from
to
the mountain.
investigate.
You went to the mountains
And
and came back.
Yes.
Well, those mountains are quite mysterious, and nobody's ever came back alive to tell the tales from the mountain. So
Great magics lay upon that land. And sadly, these children were caught in the crossfire. We were lucky enough to be able to ascertain the location of their parents, deceased. And we brought the kids back to Isomar, and we knew that they could have a chance to serve and to find their own purpose in Isomar, and we figured the best place to come would be here, because Gardana spoke very highly of the church.
well, that is much appreciated, Gardain. We'll gladly take these kids in and show them the ways of Crisel and of hope, and hopefully lead them on a good path. And we haven't orphaned many in quite some time. Usually it's just a couple here and there, and eventually they get fostered into different families and such, so it may take time to find them families, as is just the nature of how things work here. But we'll gladly take care of them until they are either of age or foster family or anything that is needed. Well, we thank you for thinking of us and bringing the children here. It's very kind of you to entrust lives of these kids into our hands. I must show that, well, specifically Gardain, will thank you so much for this, and Harlow and Jackie. We cannot thank you enough for helping our daughter and helping the city, and now bringing us kids in need. You've truly given the Temple of Crisel here hope and meaning once more.
It is all in the name and service of Crisel.
You see that Callan approaches.
I'll fist bump him.
Yeah, he's boop. Callan also approaches. And he goes, excuse me, I'd like to butt into the conversation here for a minute. Hi, my name is Callan. And like my compatriots here were saying, the magic of the mountain was very mysterious. I was a traveler of those mountains for some time, and it appears I was lost for I don't know how long. And that's about all I know. I thought it was just a couple of days, but it turns out it was much longer than that. And I know I'm not a child, but I would also like to maybe stay here for a while until I get my footing beneath me, maybe help out with the kids and such, because we did bond with them quite a bit. You could tell that Callan is playing into this a bit, but also kind of genuine at the same time. Both playing into the lie here because he's not stupid, but also wanting very much to try to find some sort of livelihood here. And then, you know, of course, John Ray and Melina, they agree. They nod their heads and shake his hand. And John Ray and Melina, they kind of walk away. And they're like, we're going to see if the kids need anything. Get them situated. We got some rooms upstairs and everything. They might be sharing rooms for a while, but we'll get them taken care of. We'll have plenty of space for them. And they walk away. Callan does approach all of you once more and says, I hope I wasn't too far off from the story you told to these fine folk here. And I would like to thank you for just everything since you found me. Like, this has been quite the journey. Wasn't expecting most of it, but I also wasn't lying to him when I said I would possibly like to stay here. I think maybe staying with these kids and keeping an eye out on them, knowing the truth of the situation, and also maybe helping Marley discover more information about all of this would be, I don't know, helpful in a way. She's quite the child, or whatever she is considered. And I feel that her and I, we may share some sort of connection, at least on a magical or divine level. We've both been affected by the same magic, and along with the kids, and maybe we could figure this out together.
I think you guys have both given enough for this country, so I don't see why not. Sounds like a good idea to me.
Ignacio also approaches forward. He says, "So, I've been doing some thinking myself, too. And it might not be what you want to hear, Jackie, but, it seems like y'all have a long journey ahead of you. You specifically devoted your lives to these kids. I'm not sure what Gardain and Harlow plan on doing, whether they plan on going back to their respective cities and being done with this venture. But Jackie, I know we said we sit together, and you said you swore yourself to these kids, but it seems like this oath, this promise you made is going to send you all over the place to find answers. Because I don't think the answers lie here in Isomar.
I have to do it.
I know. But I think what I have to do is... You see, one tear does roll down from his face. I couldn't save my family and my kids. I couldn't do it. I think about it every day. And I can never get that back, and I've accepted that. And maybe I turned a wrong leaf for some time because of my bitterness, my spitefulness, and started an organization of crime out of revenge trying to make the city a better place. And we all know how that turned out. I couldn't save my kids, but maybe I can help save these. Maybe that's just me keeping an eye out for them. Making sure the syndicate doesn't rise up again or anything stupid happens, but I don't know. If these kids are ever discovered, there's the secrets and the truth are ever revealed, and they need to quick out, I know the escape routes in the city better than anybody else. I know the secrets, I know the trade, I know how to get out. I know where to hide even if needed. And no offense to Kalen here. He doesn't know any of that. He might know things about the magics and all that kind of stuff, but I know how to survive, I guess, in the city. I think I gotta stay here with these kids, Jackie.
It's been good, Ignacio. You have been of great service to the city and to me. To us. If you think the best place for you is in this city and helping make things better, and that's your hero's quest, then it's no greater or smaller than mine. We're both heroes trying to make the world a better place. From the bottom of the sewers to the top of the streets. You're a story of success in my eyes.
You see, he wipes his face, his hand across his face, letting out a few more tears.
Come here, man.
Gives you a hug. Gives you a big old hug.
Yeah.
I'm not a hero, Jackie. It's not what I ever wanted to be was a hero. I wanted to be a leader. A hero, not one of them. But if you consider me a hero for what I'm about to do, then goddamn it, I'll take it.
Ignacio, being a hero isn't about putting on some fancy outfit. Being a hero is waking up every day and doing the right thing, especially in adversity when nobody else will.
Then why do you wear the gauze?
I'm about that life.
Oh, you know what? That's
you are not me, bro.
Okay, yeah, okay.
You are not
okay.
me. I'm on a different level.
All right. Anyways, Gardain. He takes his hand out for a handshake.
I shake it.
You know, I'm not very much a faithful man or one of followers of religion and stuff. It's never been like my thing, you know. But seeing you and your devotion and your oath and everything else you got going on has made me think that maybe there is more to this world than just raw anger and frustration. Maybe there is something more I should look forward to, or I don't know. Just got me thinking about things, you know. But needless to say, you, Jackie, and Harley have all inspired me a bit here. And you were part of that, so I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Harlow.
Yeah, big boy.
He just sticks his hand out for a handshake.
I'm going to take his hand.
Yeah, he just gives you... Yeah.
Wink
It
at
starts
him.
to glow.
pull his ass in for a hug.
Okay. You see, like he's looking at Jackie. He's just like, he's just okay.
I'm gonna go hug Gardain. It's a special moment. I'm just excited that we saved these kids, bro. Come here, little guy. Little big guy. Sorry, bud. Come here, you big fucking boulder.
I side hugging.
It's just awkward. Just okay. Ignacio kind of lets go of the hug. Goes, all right, cool. So I'm gonna keep an eye on everything here. I'm gonna get some of my old folk together, and I'll come up with something to tell them. You know, the truth doesn't leave this room. And Callan also agrees. He goes, yeah, I agree. Like this must remain between just the six of us. Well, and Marley, of course, and nobody can know. I think we're all in agreement in that, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should we like cut our hands open and put them together and make a?
Ignacio goes, hell yeah, blood pact. He pulls out a dagger.
I'm just saying, should we do a blood pact?
No.
There's six of us. I've got a
No.
knife.
Yeah, you see Ignacio goes, I solemnly swear not to tell anybody. Ow!
Done.
Squeezes
and the
it.
moment we do, I grasped everybody's hands and cast Knox. All creatures for the next hour are going to be filled with confidence.
Oh, awesome! I thought you were gonna say ants.
Relaxedness and euphoria.
I think you're gonna make everybody puke. It's just like everybody for the next hour pukes uncontrollably. Blah!
I was-
Sounds- she just got us all a little fucking little
Creepy.
blasted. It sounds
Yeah.
like.
It saves on having to buy drinks.
We do a
Everybody
blood
feels
pact, and I'm like, damn, man, that's some crazy pact we just made.
Ignacio feels good about these because all right, I'm gonna head out and do my thing, get my people in order, give them the orders that they need. Syndicates no more, but goddamn, we can still help people. And he walks out to be seen again once again another day. Callan
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Callan approaches and asks you all. He goes, so, any ideas on what you're going to do next? Harlow, Gardain, I believe your duties are fulfilled from the stories you've told me. Jackie, I know that you've got plans, but what's for the rest of you?
Oh my gosh. Well, have you heard of any whispers or any pools of more objects we should be attracted to? Because I'm down for hunting them down.
As for objects and these artifacts, the only one I'm familiar with is the crown. I didn't even know there was a pendant or anything else. However, I will say, if you're looking for answers, you're looking for reasoning or some sort of explanation of all this, then Harlow, I think for you, the answer lies with your home. You're from Cavern Knox, am I correct?
Yes.
Well, this is a place of great magic. Or if Cavern Knox is the place of great magic, and there was great magic that was used upon the kids and myself, more specifically the kids with this ritual, this sealing ritual they were speaking of, I think the one place to go to would be Cavern Knox.
I was really hoping you were going to see that. You guys
I've never
will-
been there. How's it even? What's it like?
It floats in the sky.
Whoa! Wait a second. I ain't never flown.
I've only ever seen it from the ground, where everyone should properly be.
There's ground up in the sky. Oh my god! And we can go to my home and my lab and my doctor's practice, and we can talk about the Museum of Antiquities. You can see all sorts of goodies. I'll get you a backstage pass to everything there is to see.
I'm terrified.
Given Harlow, given your personality and proclivities, what's
Are
what's
you
your
wanting to know if
status?
everyone else is like me?
No,
They're
no.
not. They're very boring.
Okay, that's good to hear. No, I was wondering if you have a kind of special status within the city. How should I put this gently?
Are you wanted for murder?
What? No. Me? No. Because I'm the doctor.
Are you wanted for malpractice?
No, because
Do you have any
listen,
open suits against you?
if you want to see where I hide the bodies, all you have to do is go to. No?
Callan
Okay.
is just like, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that.
It would be best if you did.
Yeah, I would too.
Aw, Kellen, you're so sweet.
Well, if we're going to Cavern Knox, that's going to be quite the journey.
I'm gonna need a whip.
We can take a ship.
Yeah,
I
we
hate
can.
ships. They're the worst. I get
Yes.
awful nausea.
I wanna-
vomited the whole ride here.
I don't want to fly though.
There are no means of flying here.
No.
Good, thank God.
Airships-
I want to take a normal boat.
Airships are not a thing in this realm right now.
Good.
Yeah.
What about a Chevrolet?
What?
Chevelle SS.
Answer the question.
No. Harlow, Gardain, you know that there is a charter ship that you guys took here together that essentially just circles the outside and kind of like goes from like coast to coast around the realm. Different like pathways and oceanic fronts that they use to get around in a circular motion when they do sea travel. There is no air.
Flat Earth style.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, there is no air travel in this realm right now, as it's the capabilities are there. However, like a lot of things, it was one of the things that was actually outlawed and abandoned banned due to the Colossi Accords. No air travel because, you know, there is the possibility of things like, I don't know, invasions or possible war, etc., etc. They don't want anybody crossing into borders that should not be crossed. Because again, Harlow and Gardain, you would know that in order for you to go to a different continent, there's something you need. And that's an official pass.
Multi-pass.
You essentially need an inter-realm travel pass
Oh.
that need to be obtained for official duty. Harlow, Gardain, you guys have one because of you
Yeah.
needing to travel. Harlow, you would have one for your doctoral needs. Gardain, you would have one for the temple because, you know, you're traveling for in the name of Crissel. Jackie, you realize you don't have one of these.
I don't need one.
They're
Well.
pretty strict about it.
I'm a hero of the land. If they know that I'm going to bring justice, surely
Not-
they'll board me on a boat.
Or you can go on the boat as a body that I'm transporting. Very
Explain.
easy.
Explain.
Gardain spits out the little bit of water he was drinking.
So
You're
I
gonna
coat,
fight me?
I coat you in an
Over this?
itsy bitsy piece of magic so that you seem dead to everybody. And then you just get to sleep the whole entire ride. Does that sound charming? And I'll just say that you're needed for medical experiments. You donated your body to science.
They found a body that was so badass in his living life that they need to study it for science to figure out how to make people stronger and cooler and stuff, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. You found a perfect specimen, and so you're taking it back to the lab.
Yeah,
I need to
I need my body transported over.
And it's just as easy as this. No, I won't do it. I'll wait. I really want to kill you a little bit, but not really.
Oh, hey.
Callan's like, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Glad I gave
Well,
you
not
information.
yet.
I feel
Not
like
yet.
okay. Harlow scaring the ever living shit out of me.
Okay.
We need to at least book passage first, and then we can figure out how we're going to transport.
Yeah, you would know that there's multiple
Him.
different ships that arrive, and you guys could easily go to the docks and see which ships are going when and where. It's easy for Harlow and Gardain to get on them because again, you have your passes. The problem is figuring out how to get Jackie on one of these boats.
Mhm.
I'm just worried that
I'll just go ask somebody down at the docks to make me a fake one.
Hmm. Or we could try to go through legitimate channels and see if we can't get you something because you are the hero of the realm, as you said. And then we don't have to worry about whether it's going to pass scrutiny or not. Or we can keep up the facade of your corpse being transported for medical study.
I don't want to go to the IMV.
Callan does walk away, not in a abrupt manner. He's like, you guys talk amongst this. I don't know anything about this. These didn't exist when I was around. We could travel freely. That must have been a thing with the Accords, from my understanding. So, I'm gonna check on the kids.
Oh.
And when he says I'm gonna check on the kids, Harlow, you specifically would see that Marley is actually talking with Emily, the daughter of John Ray and Melina.
Perfect. I'm gonna go sidestep on over and listen.
Yeah, you sidestep on over and you see Emily is all excited. She's got her green eyes and she goes, "Oh my God, we're like the same age. Are you okay? Where'd you come from?" And you see that Marley kind of like gives you a look from the side, and she looks at Emily and she looks kind of like this double take, and she like just looks at you for like some sort of sign, like just like, is this her? She looks at Emily and goes, "You have ugly eyes," and walks away. And you see Emily goes and just kind of starts crying.
I'd go after Marley.
Marley is going just kind of like, she goes off on her own in a corner, and she goes, "Yes, Gardain."
What was that?
"Well, Harla said there's a girl here that I shouldn't become close with because could be dangerous because of something going on, and she said that was her. So I best felt it was this for the safety of me and my people to make her not like us that much, or at least me."
There's wisdom in your words, but you may want to try and make yourself a little more assimilated into this community. This girl, she's also going to be going, I don't know what particulars is going on with her. Harlow probably knows more, but just be more delicate about it, is all I'm saying.
Fine.
Because she is, the child of the the groundskeepers here and the priest. I just... Give it some time, go apologize, but at least just don't divulge in details everything that happened to you. You know what I mean?
Fine.
You
I
can
will apologize,
make some
but keep my
connection, but not
distance.
fully. Yes.
She walks over, and you see she looks at her. She goes, "Hey."
Walk
She
back
goes,
over to the group.
"What? I'm sorry. You don't have ugly eyes. I like to keep my guard up around people that I don't know, and it's been a very weird couple weeks. I'm sorry if it came off harsh. I don't know." She goes, "It's fine. I just don't have a lot of friends, and I don't know. I don't have a lot of friends, and I've gone through a lot too, and I figure maybe we could hang out or something." She goes, I'll think about it." And she just kind of looks at you, Gardain, and just gives you like a nod, goes back to her friends. And she looks at Harlow and just goes, "All right, so what say you guys?"
Well,
You
Jackie,
can try Harlow's plan, but
do you want to be a body, or do you know someone we can try to get a pass from?
We're gonna need some liquor.
I've got a magical vase full of 100 proof liquor. You want to...
When it's time
Oh.
for me to go to sleep on the boat,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do it. It sounds way easier than going to the IMV, and I guess we don't have time to go play around at the docks. Do we have any money?
You guys would have like an average amount of money. Harlow and Gardain would probably have a little more than you would, because you did lose your job.
I'm always giving my money away too.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're always either spending it on, your spell cards, or just not making that much because obviously you didn't get your recent paycheck from your parents because you quit or got fired.
Wait.
Sorry.
I don't learn the death thing until... I haven't learned the death thing yet. Never mind.
Harlow's like, "Wait, I forgot that bottle at home."
Yeah,
I'm still practicing that spell.
wrong book.
Oh,
We
well,
should
let's go
probably-
down to the docks.
Yeah, let's wait till I fine tune that a bit. I need to practice it on other people first.
Hmm.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess I won't be the lab rat for that. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Do you know of anyone on the docks that might potentially be able to make something like this for you?
In Quest, is there such thing as a history check since I'm from here? Do
I
I know any?
not necessarily
do I know
about
any
not
dump bag that's
necessarily
never had a real job.
Yeah, there's not necessarily a history check for it, but I will say with your history here and like you knowing people in and out, there is a man named Talus who was a dock worker. You know, pretty much he controlled all the charters, the ins and the outs. Like he checked the registration, made sure the ships were coming in on time. He very much is just like your standard dock working person that works in shifts to kind of check on the different sorts of incoming supply runs, travelers, etc., etc. Very basic job that he has. He really just sits there on the docks with the clipboard, checks IDs, makes sure that who's coming in should be coming in and who's going out should be going out. He's the one that you would know probably personally.
What was his name again?
Talus.
I know this guy named Talus down at the docks. He doesn't do anything. But we're good buddies. I mean, we go back. I haven't talked to him in a while, but I mean, he knows who I am. I know who he is. I'll talk to him and be like, hey, man, here's the dope shit I've been into. Help a guy get onto a boat. You know what I'm saying? We could see how that works.
Mhm.
And then if not, maybe Harlow could talk to him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We can say that I've conscripted you for medical service, and you are now my protege.
Or
And
we could
if-
say that I'm hero of the lands and that I'm only getting a pass to be polite to local law enforcement.
Yeah, you try yours first, and then I'll explain why there's gauze all over your face.
Because I'm the gauze man.
Because you've been horrifically disfigured.
Emotionally. All right, I'm going to start walking down to go see Talus.
Okay. You guys make your way to the docks. Pretty easy travel. Nobody really stops you. It's pretty, the city's a lot different now for the past couple days since you've changed the way the hierarchy is here. And eventually you see that there is indeed a human man that stands at the docks. He's just kind of sitting there, like doodling on a notepad because there's no incoming ships. There's not a lot of ships that really do come in and out of Isotomar, but this place kind of sucks, so like not a lot of people travel here on a regular basis. It's more or less like trade ships that are bringing goods and supplies from tradesmen. So you approach and you see Talus goes, Jackie, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm saying, hey, what's up, Talus?
Oh.
You see any good cards lately?
I gotta tell you something here. I wish I did.
Mhm.
The problem is my pays have been kind of shitty recently.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, it hasn't been exactly good. I'm just going to be 100% honest with you because, I work at the docks, man. We don't get a lot of
Yeah,
business
no,
here.
I get it, bro.
Yeah, so
get it
like
for
I'm making
sure.
enough to get by, just not enough to like, get the things that I want to get.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, I've got a pretty good idea on a way to make some money on the side.
He just leans and goes, you do? Well, what would that be?
Yeah, so I heard there's some really good cards, some rare ones, mint. However, I gotta get on a boat to go get them.
Well, really now, like, cards where? Like not here in Isotomer?
It's not an Isotomar. Harlow, where are you from? Carfax?
Cavern Knox.
Yeah, in Cavern Knox. I heard you can get cards there real cheap, really plentiful. I hear that they keep them way up there, so the cards never even get down here where the rest of everybody else has to walk. So
Yep,
I
yep.
figured we're going to get on a boat, go get some of those cards, bring them back here, and hey, man, you slide me a pass, I'll slide you the first cut of the cards.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. You need a pass. You don't have a pass, do you?
Nah, I never felt like picking one up. I was too busy, saving children, freeing the city, making pizza.
Jackie, there's like one rule. That's like a felony, man. I can't.
How long you been working at the docks, man?
Like 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
I
no-
look around. They didn't even get you a new stool. That's the same stool that the last guy sat on for 15 years. And you know what happened to him? You remember he got drunk and he fell into the ocean, and that was it. Nobody went to his funeral. What was his name? I don't even remember his name.
I don't know.
Do you want to be that guy, or do you
No,
want
I
to
don't
want to
be that guy. I
I
don't want to go to like No, jailer. If somebody finds out that I let somebody through without a pass, man, that's like an
What are you
Accords
talking-
issue, dude.
Oh, you weren't here. You never gave me a pass. I just found one.
He just looks around. He
I
goes,
just can't find one by myself.
Jackie.
I'm gonna use an ability.
Okay, damn it, what's the ability?
I'm gonna use recruit,
Okay.
which is basically to command a nearby commoner or minion to assist you. But because I have champion status as my legendary ability, it's that, but like way stronger. You'd have to look it up in the book to see how much.
Yeah.
But
So
it
you're-
pretty much gives me. There's no saving throw.
Yeah, it just happens. He goes,
Mhm.
okay. So keeps looking
Yeah,
around.
no-
There's
it has
obviously
no AP cost.
there's obviously nobody fucking around, but he's just nervous as hell now because this is a big rule to break, and he's just like, all right, tell you what. If you can promise me, Jackie, promise me 2 things.
Hmm.
Don't get caught.
Never.
If you do
I'm
get
like
caught,
the wind.
if you do get caught, it wasn't fucking me.
I don't even remember your name.
I lied. 3 things. Bring me back a pack of limited edition.
But I will remember where you hang out, man.
Yeah. Bring me back a pack of limited edition Spellslinger cards, and we'll call it even. Because we don't get those here anymore. You know, the last time
I
was we
know.
got a shipment of cards.
It's the government
I know. It
controlling
sucks, dude. We
our
don't get
modes
shit
of
here.
travel by forcing us to have permits when we should have the freedom to travel as we please.
I know. That's something that needs to change. It's been forever since the war and everything. Just let us fucking try. You know what? Hold on 1 second. You see, he starts flipping through like a book. Just kind of going back and forth. He's like, who has not left and come back in some time now? Oh, here we go. He pulls out a card. He says, this person hasn't traveled in 3 years. I don't think they're traveling anytime soon.
Sounds like an awful waste of paperwork.
He's like, it'd be a shame if
It'd be a horrible shame.
this person lost their card somewhere and
Just
somebody happened to
misplaced
pick it
it.
up. He
Just
goes,
drop
I
it.
think I'm gonna go get some lunch real quick, and we don't have a shipment coming in for another 2 hours, so I'm good for a while. And he stretches and he drops his card behind him. And he goes, oh, you know what, Jackie? You know what? Hey, I'll see you later. Maybe we should get a drink sometime soon. Meet you at your parents' shop. I'm gonna go get some lunch, okay?
Hey, go by. Hey, if you see my pop, tell him I owe you a beer.
He walks away, and there is indeed an international realm travel card there.
I'm taking it.
When you pick it up, you flip it over, and it says, I will tell you what name it says right now.
Glebus.
No, I got it right here. Oh. Okay. Oh my god. You know, I love using notes because I can keep track of stuff, but at the same time, like, there's days where I'm just like, where'd I put this in my fucking notes? There we go. You do see it says John Ray Coldthorn on it.
John. What?
John Ray Coldthorn.
Oh,
Jay,
the guy
John?
from the church.
Ray Coldthorn.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The
guy from
pastor
the
at the
church.
Temple of Crystal. He is.
It doesn't have a picture on it though, right?
No, there's no pictures or anything, but it does have his name on it, and like just like general information, like where he lives, what he does. It says he is a minister at the Temple of Crystal in Isomar. Reason for travel: ministry studies and recruitment, and just different, like, you know, much Gardania is very much like yours for like the same reasons.
Gardain, we're doing the same stuff, man. Look at this. Check out my new passport.
How does Now here's the real question: is how does Gardane feel about this?
Do I outrank Gardain now as a minister in the church?
No, Gardane
Yeah.
as an invoker would probably be at the same level as you because he is a protector of the church. So he'd be
So
like
we're
the
at the same level.
Yeah, but the
Okay,
same.
so what are you gonna do? Tell on me?
Ah,
I'll report you.
don't.
Hey, it's just for travel, for the greater good. I'm not gonna do anything in the name of anybody else's god. This is literally to pass through barriers.
When we are not on ship and they are not checking for this, it is in my bag. Understood?
Fair. I'll give it to Gardain.
Okay.
I really feel terrible about this.
Me too. I feel awful. This is horrible.
This is a great day.
I'm not excited about the success of that at all.
It's for the children. It's for the children. And then just continue to say that as he walks away from the docks.
I'm gonna keep paving my way with good intentions.
Right straight to hell.
I'm gonna just keep. Hey, we don't know where this yellow brick road leads, buddy.
You officially have an international realm travel pass. It turns out it is John Ray Coldthorn's, the passer you've been working with for so long. He hasn't traveled in some time. It does say, last date traveled on it in the book that's Talos is reading to you. However, now the rest of the journey is up to you. Cavern Knox ahead, probably the most likely place to go, where there is a mass information of magical studies. Harlow, specifically, probably know a lot about this once you would arrive there. Is your business done here in Isotomar? That is up to you guys.
I'm gonna pay to have an edible arrangement sent to my parents' house,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have a card that just says, "I'm a hero now, Mom, Dad. I saved all those kids. So maybe I'm not working the bar anymore, but I'm out here changing the world, and you're never gonna stop me from living my dream."
You say all that in one card?
Bye.
Yeah. And I'm gonna send it to there. I wrote really small.
Okay. You organize that. Gardain, Harlow, is there anything else left in Isotomar that you wish to conclude or, resolve or figure out?
I have one more stop to make.
Okay. I will say that,
Two.
you guys are kind of going separate ways right now, doing your last things, and it'll come back together at the dock. So, Jackie has to go get his edible arrangement taken care of. Harlow, you're gonna do your thing. Gardain, you're do your thing. Harlow, what's Harlow doing?
Oh. I'm gonna go see
Alicia?
Alicia, yeah.
Okay. And Gardain, what's Gardain's plan?
I was gonna go and just spend the time left at the church
Okay.
and maybe get a new holy text. I'm keeping the one that's charred because
Yeah.
history and reasons, but I also need one I actually want to be able to read.
Gotcha. Okay. Harlow, you make your way to Alicia's shop.
Yes.
Bit of a travel there. It takes you a good 20, 30 minutes to get there because it's on the opposite side of the city. But you get there. It's middle of the day right now. You guys got here early in the morning.
Outside her vines, I'm gonna pull out my whistle of friendship and I'm just gonna give it a little blow.
You give it a little blow, and you see immediately the door kind of opens up. She goes, "Oh my god. Hello! I didn't think I was going to see you again for some time. Please come in. How are you?"
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm great. I have much to share with you.
Excellent. Do tell.
So the girl, quite
Mhm.
fascinating, actually. Quite wondrous. There's a lot that I could teach her. It appears that she has received some innate abilities that are very similar to what I can do.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know how exactly they're so close to mine. Who knows? I mean, it's quite
Oh,
odd
yeah.
as it is, but I thought about some stuff. It would be nice for somebody else to know my secrets and my abilities and to pass on my legacy in one way or another. Her parents have agreed to bring her here at least once a week to help me understand what's going on with her. You see, she's able to move plants, help things grow faster, heal with the touch of a hand. And I believe that I can help her execute her abilities more appropriately, with more effectiveness. It's quite fascinating, actually, so I'll be working with her for some time.
I'm so excited to see what you two grow together.
I'm also very excited to see. So what brings you here?
Well, I finished my business here and I'm about to head back up to Cavern
You
Knox.
came to say goodbye. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. You've been so kind, so nice, and it's truly fantastic that you were able to help out these kids in need, or sorry, this child in need, and everything else you've done for the city. It's great. I hope to see you again one day. In fact, I'm sure that one day our paths will likely cross again.
Oh, absolutely. But I wanted to ask you a little question.
Oh, yes?
As she reaches over and takes her hand.
Oh, hello.
Is there anything you can think of that you would want more that I could send you from Cavern Knox?
Oh,
You know, we've got a lot of things locked away. If there's anything in particular you're looking for.
there is one thing in particular that I think I could use to benefit myself and sweet Emily.
Mm-hmm.
If you could send me some red willow branches. You see, it's a tree that
Done.
doesn't grow anywhere near here, and it was hard to get from the Syndicate because it's not very thrived after. Not a lot of people use them. They come from, different sorts of just obscene forests where they believe that there are traces of magic left over from the Great Colossi War. Nobody really collects them or uses them as fear of what could happen if they were in somebody's presence. However, if one place has them somewhere, it would be Cavern Knox.
You're not wrong, dear. So I will, I'll think about whether I should send them through the post or just wait until eventually we come back.
Oh, sending them through the post I don't believe is going to be a viable option. They'll surely be detected and disposed of. Probably get you in more trouble.
All right, then I'll keep it on my person and I'll give it to you the first chance I get.
Fantastic. Well, is there anything I can do for you while you're gone? I'd like to return the favor if I can.
Let's see. Oh, she's struggling right now because she wants to
I'm waiting for it.
say things. Ah. Well, oof. You know what? Let me stew on it. If I think of anything that I need, I won't hesitate to ask.
Oh. Well, thank you. Just be sure to give me a whistle. I'm sure we'll find a way to communicate some way, shape, or form. There are magical ways. I'm sure we'll find one. But, well, thank you so much for coming by. I have much to continue to study on and experiment with, and I cannot wait to see where dear Emily's abilities take her, and what she can learn and what I can learn from her.
I can't wait to see how powerful she gets.
Oh, sweetie. Between you and me, she will become a force to be reckoned with. And I'll make sure of that.
And I will do my best to help you every step of the way.
I'm so happy we met and we're on the same page.
Absolutely. All right, I'll look out for those red willow branches and I'll send you as many as I can carry.
Okay. She sees you off and gives you a hug.
And
gives you a wave.
And I join my comrades.
Sorry about your duck. Gardain, you head back to the temple one last time to check in, and I'm assuming ask John Ray if he has a holy text of sorts you can have.
Yes.
As you
Is
approach,
Ignacio. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Is Ignacio here as well?
Ignacio is not. Ignacio took off to kind of take care of his business to get things, some of his people ready for their new mission they have.
Yep.
So, you approach. John Ray is there. You see that the kids are settling in quite well. Marley sees you. She kind of gives you a wave, as well as Kalen, and they're both kind of sitting there just kind of chatting. You see that Kalen does have a notebook of sorts. He's kind of asking her questions and writing things down, obviously doing some sort of study with her or just collecting information as he can. But John Ray does see you. He goes, "Oh, I thought you were taking off. What can I... is something you forgot? Something you need?"
No, we're booking passage and it's taking, we have some time. And so I thought I'd return back and see if there were... Well, he reaches into his bag and pulls out the charred holy text, and he's like, I was wondering if you perhaps had a copy of the holy text that I could take with me.
Absolutely, I do. Now, it's not going to be the same as yours. And, you've done quite a grand favor for everybody here. and I wish to repay you in a way. Yeah. Give me 1 minute. And a few minutes go by, and he comes back. You see he does have a holy
As
text.
he's
Go ahead.
gone, I go over to the donations box.
Yeah.
And I basically dump all but like an eighth of the gold I have on me.
Oh, okay.
And I just drop it in there because they're gonna need the funds.
Yeah.
So
As you drop the gold into the donation box, do me a favor, roll me a d20. That is an 11. Griselle approves, as a very subtle hint. You kind of look at the statue above her, and you swear for a brief second. The light that shines in through the stained glass window just shimmers amongst her eyes. A moment goes by, John Ray approaches, and he does indeed have a holy text in his hand. He walks over, and he kind of hands it to you. And you realize it's hefty. It's kind of thick. About the same width as yours, however, has quite more weight to it. He says, now it's nothing, it's the same scriptures, it's the same notations and everything else, but this one is just a little more special to me. Personally crafted by a great friend of mine. It's my personal text. He takes his hand across the binding on the side, and he says, I am very passionate about this, obviously. Griselle gives life to all, and she's given us the gift of this temple and the opportunity to help these kids in need and much more that we've experienced over the past, our entire lifetime. This text I give to you, it's my personal one, but it is slightly different than yours. The material on it is quite, I wouldn't say completely immune to magic, however, nearly indestructible in a way. It's been blessed with magic for an old pastor of mine that I knew many, many years ago. He gave it to me when I took over this temple. You had unfortunate odds that happened with yours, but this one, if you're going on more grave adventures to figure out whatever it is you need to figure out and do whatever it is you need to do, then you deserve a holy text that will not be harmed, destroyed, or the worst throughout your journeys. So essentially, he's giving you a version of the holy text that is charmed, that cannot be burnt, destroyed, or desecrated by any means.
even with a natural one.
You see, he goes, no, look, watch. He pulls out like a small knife, and he goes to stab into the holy text. And as he does, it's almost as if when the knife hits the holy text itself, you see the very subtle hint of just like magic kind of like repel it, and kind of his hand bounces back.
Well, I will definitely treasure this as a great gift, and if I can, I will return it to you one day. But as it will be in my person, I'll treat it as my own.
It's the least that I can do for everything you've done for us. And I hope that it suits you well on your journey.
Thank you. Guardian will go ahead and say hi to the kids, but then kind of just make his way.
Before you leave, Marley does approach you.
Yes?
She goes, so, am I ever gonna see you guys again?
I hesitate to promise such a promise, but I will say it will be glad times if our roads ever cross paths again, and I will try to make a point of coming back to Isomar, though it is not my home, to see if what news there is of you or of the children, depending on how long we are away.
You do see some tears kind of start falling from her face, as you guys were the first adults or guardians she had felt in a very, very long time. Jackie, I have a question for you. Did you take your hammer back, or does she still have it?
She still has it. I never
Yeah.
took it back.
You see, she does take that. I figured so just before this happened. She takes the hammer from her back, because she kind of has it like makeshift hoisted, like on her back or whatever. It's quite heavy, but she's able to barely hold on. She pulls it around, she lifts it, and kind of holds it in front of her. And she looks at you, Gardain, and she looks at the hammer, She says, Jackie gave me this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's my job to sit here and just do nothing. I'm the queen of these people. And a proper queen should be able to defend her people. Ignacio left me a note saying he wanted to teach me how to fight, defend myself. I think Jackie gave me this hammer for a reason. And there's one thing that I've learned or came to accept is that things don't happen for just happenstance. There's a reason for everything, and paths eventually will cross once more. This hammer left with me. You found us in our village, and you saved us, and you brought us here. I've been dubbed the queen of my people, and I will learn to defend them. And I made a promise on the ocean side with Harlow, and that's that I will find the people that were responsible for this, because I know they are still out there. And I will do what I need to. And I will make sure I take the proper training that I need to get to that level.
Well, I certainly do hope that you avoid fights when you can. I have seen plenty of them, and I know that they change you, victory or defeat. Every one of them leaves a mark on you. So don't always be so eager to wield that hammer, and instead wield the wisdom that you obviously have. But when the time does come and diplomacy has failed, I want to teach you something that has helped me. And I would like to teach her the first ability of Wrath. He wants to teach her the Fiery Avenger phrase that he uses.
Okay.
So that she can activate Fiery Avenger on the hammer. Can I do this?
I'm just going to say, I'm not going to make you roll for it. Just yes. Because you're here, you're in your temple, you were given this this holy text, this magical holy text. You made quite the offering to the temple as well, and obviously Chriselle approved in a way. And in this moment, how do you teach her? What does it look like?
I first kind of pull her to the side, and I teach her how to properly pronounce the words that the phrase is.
Okay.
But it's basically trying to think of a phrase, because I've always just said that I use Fiery Avenger, but it actually is like, you make a phrase for this. May the burning hope of Chriselle and her protection guide this weapon. And that'll be the phrase that activates Fiery Avenger.
You see that she stands back, and she repeats it once, and doesn't work. She repeats it twice, and you see a small spark come from the hammer. And with confidence, she plants her feet, and she says it a third time, and the hammer ignites in flame. Wind gusts around her and picks up from this holy energy that you have now taught her to use inside of this temple. Obviously much enthused and much empowered from being in a holy place of Chriselle. However, as the wind continues to gust around her and the flames continue to grow amongst this hammer, the lights in the temple that were red slowly begin to shift to a shade of blue. The hammer that she holds in her hand, flames still lit, also begin to shift towards a shade of blue. And very quickly, the warmth that you feel inside this temple begins to shift to one of cold. And as she holds this hammer with this holy power igniting it, you see very briefly in this blinding light of flame that is quite exuberant, you swear whiskers slightly across her face. And as the flames die down, they slowly go away, and the flames in the temple begin to turn red once more. You look at Kalan, and he is writing frantically, scribbling. He goes, Gardane, I feel that you've unintentionally discovered there's much more to this. All the kids are like, Queen Marley has superpowers! And you look and you see John Ray and Melina are just like confused, but also slightly impressed. They don't know how to feel. And you see that Marley looks at you and she says, I felt a lot during that just now, but it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was your god, Chrysel, in this temple, in this holy place, but in the moment that this ignited, I felt her speak to me.
I told you, she's alive in you and these children. She will speak to you when she needs to. Just as my goddess speaks to me.
Tell Jackie I said thank you.
Gardane just looks like the proudest dad right now.
Kalan approaches. Gardane, there is much that I have to study while you're gone.
Well, chronicle it as best you can.
Oh, I indeed will. Marley gives you a hug. John Ray and Melina also kind of like see you off if you are prepared to go.
As I leave, Gardane kind of stands in the doorway. He goes into his bag. He takes out his old tome and he takes out the ring on the chain necklace, and opening up the new tome, he slips it into his favorite passage and just puts that ring in that spot.
Mm.
And then walks towards the docks.
You all converge to the docks, doing your separate, independent things. Jackie with the subtle goodbye with a gift to his parents. Harlow speaking one last time to Alicia. Gardane stopping one last time at the temple. And helping Marley unexpectedly learn a new ability and power and show that there is quite some connection there to Ladova after all. You all wait some time, and eventually a ship does come. And it's the ship that is leading to Cavern Knox. Now, the travel to Cavern Knox, Harlow, you would know this, is not very quick. It is about a 2-day travel.
Yep, and I'm gonna be miserably vomiting my guts out the whole time.
You all approach the
2
dock.
days by ship?
What's that?
2 days by ship? I thought it was way longer.
It's way longer for you. You're on the complete opposite side of it.
Yeah,
Cavern Knox
true.
is not too far from Isotomer. Yes, Jackie.
I also, while I was doing that edible arrangement, I wanted to get a cape.
Oh my god.
What's your cape look like?
Gauze colored.
So like off-white.
Yes.
Are you wearing it currently?
I gotta wear it out of the store. You can't just buy a cape and not put it on.
You guys,
This
when
is
you
a dumbass
approach, you
question.
notice that Jackie is wearing like an off-white cape.
I'm not gonna mention it. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
be wearing it. What's up, guys?
Are we just not gonna roast the fact that you look like a superhero mummy at the moment?
I look like an image of justice for the children of Isotomar to look forward to. And when I'm in the crow's nest, and this cape's gonna look badass in the moonlight, you guys are gonna have to remember how I look like. And when I die someday, at my funeral, you're gonna have to tell them how Jackie fluttered in the wind, leaving Isotomar for the first time.
And when you bleed, I'll be sure to stuff the gashes with your cape to keep you alive.
I think medically wearing all white would make it easier to assist me in triage on the battlefield.
You know, medically, it would be easier to assist in triage if you were absolutely naked so I could see your wounds. That's why we cut them off of emergency patients.
Just buy me plates. I need actual armor at some point. That would look so cool if we can get
Yeah.
the whole thing going. I'm gonna need a lot of money.
Yeah.
We need to go bring some people some justice.
As the boat
Yeah.
approaches, you hear the steam of the flames that shoot up from the front to melt and break the ice like they were when you arrived initially in Isotomer. It docks on the side, and you see that a handful of people get off, maybe like 20, not too many, most of which carrying supplies, pushing out carts and buggies full of different trade values and goods. Very few of them are just traveling there. And you see that there's almost no line of people. It's mainly just you three that are getting on this ship to go to Cavern Knox.
That's odd, right? Do people not usually go to Cavern Knox?
Not necessarily. You would know Cavern Knox is slightly frowned upon. Due to the history, the reason that Cavern Knox is a floating city in the sky is because of their use of magic in the Colossi War caused so much havoc and destruction that they chose to essentially isolate themselves from the continent. They are still part of Melrius. However, the continent itself, the city, the kingdom, is actually the top side of a mountain that was flipped upside down and hoisted in the air via means of magic, which is why it is floating. Initially,
Abomination.
Initially, the city was in the mountains. However, they decided to flip it and take it up so that way they could kind of exile themselves due to what they did during the war. Now, again, that was hundreds of years ago. Magic in certain areas of the world is still slightly outlawed because of everything that happened. However, it's a little more acceptable, but still there is this odd taboo when it comes to Cavern Knox. People are afraid to go there because of just the history and the different sorts of magic that are still slightly, at least rumored to be practiced there. So not a lot of people really go here. The ship is not exactly massive. It is a very small trade ship. Maybe it could fit maybe like 50 people, but there is a crew on there that helps pilot it and etc. However, it appears that you're the only three that are really kind of making your way to Cavern Knox. Desolate, cold nights. They check your passes. Harlow, yours checks out. Gardane, yours checks out. Talus is also there on his regular duty doing the check-in. And he looks at Jackie, he looks at the pass you found, and he goes, "Yep, John Ray Coldthorn checks out." He gives you a wink.
That's me, Mr. Coldthorn. Been a Coldthorn all my life.
You all get on the charter ship. The ladder is brought in. The ship slowly starts moving away from the dock. And the flames erupt to break the ice once more in front of it because it is so frigid cold here that, again, that they constantly need to break and just melt through the ice to get through past this area of the realm. As the boat continues to go forward,
Oh no. Here it
Isotomar
comes.
continues to get smaller and smaller in the distance. Gardane, you have the crown in your
Yes.
bag, correct?
Secured, yes.
You have an odd sensation that comes from your bag. Just a tingling, almost. A vibration of sorts. An aura, almost. And as you look ahead, you see that the ocean waves. Quite unusually rough. The ship rocking back and forth. The ice a bit more thick, and the ship struggling to make it through. It is barely. But something isn't right. The crown continues to emanate this magical aura even more. The ice around the ship seems to be glowing of sorts, but only to you. As the waves continue to crash, you look amongst the sky, and almost like a bluish northern light appears. You continue to look around. And nobody else on the ship really pays no attention to this. It is rocking a little more. But something about the crown leaving this area is most likely causing some sort of adverse effect on your travels. And you think back. Marley threw the pendant in this very ocean. The ship continues to move forward. Cavern Knox fading away.
Isotomar.
Isotomar fades away. Harlow, this ride is definitely way more bumpy than your initial ride. something, you can tell something maybe isn't right just because of the turbulence that this ship is experiencing. Jackie, you think this is all completely normal. You've never been on a boat before. You're having the time of your fucking life.
I'm in the Crow's Nest Gauze Man Monologues Part 1. And I'm going to start speaking to myself about my plans.
Do you say anything?
Yeah, I'm speaking to myself. If you can't hear it because I'm up by myself. I'm sort of just going. I'm musing. I'm going through some tough times right now. I'm having sort of an identity crisis. Am I the Gauze Man or am I Jackie Heartstrong? Who knows?
Jackie, you turn around one last time, and eventually your home city fades away in the distance. You look forward. Frigid cold, rocking back and forth on this ship. Harlow puking overboard. Definitely a more rough ride than initially. Gardain standing with the crown in pocket, in satchel, knowing that something isn't quite right here. But we'll find out what exactly isn't right on next week's episode of Mortal Webs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are done with like the first little chapter of the campaign as the party has left the first starting city, making their way to Cavern Knox to figure out what exactly is going on with this magic, with this curse, with whatever is happening with these items, and figuring out how to save these kids.
Making my way downtown to your hometown. We're gonna meet Harlow's mom. There goes the grenade launcher.
Everybody's back. The city's falling.
Oh,
If I could go to Cavern Knox, Harlow would give
Suck our
chicken pox to
Duck.
every person that comes around her because she's crazy tonight.
Yo, Harlow is the Carly Rae Jepsen. Was that Call Me Maybe shit? We need to have a cameo. Have Call Me Maybe playing in the background, and we'll just put clips of Harlow together, and we'll do some YouTube shorts with that.
Oh God!
I'm just telling you, I'm just a genius.
Nerd says, like I said last week, pulls out lightsaber. No, bad nerd. No,
I
Anakin's
cursed
here.
Nert with a legitimate curse, and took away her restfulness, and it won't come back until she honors herself by honoring me.
Jesus Christ. All right, y'all. Let's do a little bit of goodbyes. Make sure if you're watching, make sure you like the stream. Leave a little like button on there because more likes you get. It just looks good, and people might be prone to watch the stream more, and this is stuff like that. So tonight was
Leave a
definitely.
comment that says "Nice cock, Jason."
Yes.
Sure.
do
Yeah,
that.
let's do
we
that.
love that.
Just no context. That comment down below.
Nice cock,
What I should do
Jason.
is go into the VOD after it's fully like published on here and just cut that part. So when people check the comment section of this, it just says "nice
I
cock,
have
Jason."
no reason why.
No reason why.
Nice
People,
cock,
you had to
Jason.
watch the live to know why it says that. So if you're watching right now, leave an actual comment on the video that says that for some reason.
Nice cock, Jason.
Jesus Christ. Leave a like on the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's do some goodbyes real quick. Sky.
Hi. Goodbye. I'll miss you guys. We'll see you next week. Love you. Okay, bye.
Where can they find Stradalicious?
Oh, on Quest Junkies, but we're on hiatus until January.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
if you want to get all sorts of scared and horny at the same time, I'll come back with that information for Stradalicious in January.
I do like that. All right. John.
thanks for watching, everybody. It was a lot of fun tonight, and we'll see you in the after show.
Nah, we're not. It's 11:30. We're not gonna do it when we started late because somebody behind me is a little sick and everything. So, no Mortal Weeps
right.
tonight, everybody. So sorry about that. I am tired. Got to get some sleep and everything else like that. So, Steak, what you got?
I had fun. Thanks everybody for coming. If it's late at night and you feel like, what was that noise? It's not a monster. There's nothing scary out there. It's just me throwing rocks at your windows.
All right, everybody. We will catch you next week for episode 11. The next kind of like little chapter here of Mortal Webs. Goodbye.
Episode 11. Jackie Harlow. Brand new whip.
What?
That's the episode. The next one.
Jackie Harlow. All these serious titles. Chapter 11. Jackie Harlow. Brand new whip. What about Gardain?
I got extra seats.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Excluded. Just straight up excluded.
Okay, goodbye.